This is the MetPod Radio and Video Report for Wednesday, March 10th, 2010, here on 76.1 Inter FM, with information from inside the pages of Japan's #1 English language magazine, Metropolis. We have some big Hollywood stars in our Metropolis, including Hugh Grant, Benicio Del Toro, and heartthrob Leonardo DiCaprio. Let's get the lowdown from our showbiz reporter, Chris Betros. But first, Chris, you wanted to say something about the Academy Awards.
Yes, earlier this
Everybody's
week, as you know, it was the biggest event of the movie world every year, and the controversy this year was the Oscar for Best Documentary, which went to the Cove.
Which was made here in Japan.
It was secretly made here in Japan by an American filmmaking group that wanted to expose the slaughter of the dolphins by the fishermen in Taiji in Wakayama Prefecture. But it got the best Oscar for Best Documentary, but it didn't make the people of Taiji very happy. Some of the fishermen down there think it portrays them as like a Japanese mafia. Our listeners will probably have a chance to see it after Golden Week. It might have a limited release in Japan.
Well, let's move on. Hugh Grant, he's here, he's coming. What's the story with
Hugh Grant was here to promote a film, not a very good movie, I might say, forgive me, Hugh, called Did You Hear About the Morgans? And he's a funny character because everybody was asking him about infidelity because that's one of the themes of the movie, and he said that he was very surprised while he was here to find out that cheating on your spouse is almost part of the culture for Japanese men. This was told to him by Junichi Ishida, who's very famous for his
escapades.
Yes, and so Hugh said, well, we do it in Europe too, especially France and Italy. They do it like rabbits, but in Europe we tend to be more discreet.
I
so
see.
He's a funny character. He said he doesn't even like acting, but he can't do anything else.
Is he still here in Tokyo?
No, he's left now.
Let's move on to Benicio Del Toro.
Benicio, of course, is from Puerto Rico. He's here to promote The Wolfman. He's producer and he's also the star of The Wolfman with Anthony Hopkins, and they're remaking this very famous horror movie for the first time in, I think, 60 or 70 years.
Let's move on. We've got another big star here in town, or he's on his way, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Leonardo DiCaprio is making the first of 2 visits to Japan in the next few months. He's here this time for a movie called Shutter Island, which was directed by Martin Scorsese. He always gets a good reception. I'd say he's definitely one of the 3 or 4 most popular foreign actors in Japan. Number 1 is still Johnny Depp, and he's expected too before Golden Week.
Thank you, Chris Betros, showbiz writer for Metropolis Magazine and editor of the Japan Today website. For more showbiz news, check our podcast. It's called
The MetPod.
The Tokyo MetPod.
Radio Report. The Tokyo MetPod. It's all about life in Tokyo at www.metpod.com.
Come get some of this.
And join us every morning for the MetPod Radio Report. I'm Kamasami Kong on 76.1
76.1
Inter FM.